Welcome. This is the Referral Business Builders Connectors Edge podcast. And I am so glad that I'm here today. It's Memorial Day, and we could have just said, never mind, but we wanted to be here. We wanted to be here to connect with us and to connect with you. So I'm Marian LaSalle, my co-host Ricki McKenna, and our guest today is Glenna Stephenson. Hi, Glenna. Hi, Ricki.
Hello. Hi, Glenna. Hi, Marian.
Oh, that's so great to be here.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, thank you. I love that. Today we're going to be talking about the connection between business owners and Memorial Day. So we don't want to discount what Memorial Day is for us. We do
No.
honor those people and the families that were affected by the veterans and the fallen heroes who have laid their lives down to support us in this United States of America and the freedoms that we've had.
Yes.
One of the things that I want to talk about, and I know we're going to get into it later, but this is one of the big things for me is I have the freedom to create a business. I said to myself, I don't want to go to work for anyone. I want to build my own, and I have that freedom. Did you know that some countries, some places in this world say, no, you're not going to do that. You're going to work here, or you're going to do this. You know, there's a lot of freedom when it comes to what we want to do for a living.
True.
So,
And you can choose from a myriad of different things, and you can choose to work with someone else. You can choose as a solopreneur. And there is always, especially with something like referral business builders, there's always someone else who can help you. And sometimes it takes a family, or it takes, whatever that saying, I think it takes family. Everybody gets to put their words in, and you can ask for advice, you can ask for help, and sometimes you just need a shoulder to lean on.
oh, well, that's a good one because I lean on both of you. So
Yeah.
that's a good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're like, yeah, she does.
I lean on both of you.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. But the cool part is the freedom and the opportunity. And that's why this country was established as the United States of America.
Yeah.
That was one of the first premises of the Constitution.
Right.
The freedom to choose and the opportunity equal for all.
Yes.
And I'd like to see that continue.
I would too. That's without getting into politics, I would like to see our freedoms expand, not restrict. So I do have a couple of things I want to say. I want everyone here to be able to introduce themselves and connect with people who are watching and listening to us. So we're on YouTube, and if you want to see what we look like, then you got to go to YouTube. If you want to listen to our podcast, all the podcast apps have us, the Apple, iTunes, all the stuff. Spotify is really one of the big ones for us. And I just want you to be able to connect. And so at the very end, Ricki always invites you to connect with us. So don't forget, put that on your list, write it on your notepad right now, that we want you to connect with us, either as a guest or join us in whatever we're doing, because we do a lot of weird stuff. Not weird stuff. We do a lot of stuff.
Yeah. We do a lot of fun stuff, and that's
we do.
Point. And that's one of my points that I've always made on our podcast, as well as in other opportunities, that if you don't have fun written in, to have fun written into your business plan, please do write that in, because if you're not enjoying what you're doing, you won't do it as well. And I mean, it's an important point to think about. Life is meant to be good, and it's meant to be fun as well. There's got to be a balance of all the serious stuff to get your business going, make the connections, but making connections is fun.
Yes.
And those connections can help you with your business. That's the whole point of the referrals. Other than making friendships, which have developed through this, which is really very interesting. It goes beyond just business. It gets into really getting to know somebody and finding your purpose, really. You need some other people to help you find your purpose, as well as somebody to help you exercise. I'm thinking about Suzanne, and somebody who's an expert in different areas of using the computer, the technology. We have that on Referral Business Builders. And it's just wonderful because I'm a klutz on the computer, but
oh, that's a better word than you used already this morning, so that's good. Klutz, okay.
Well, I just get a little confused sometimes because I click on the wrong things and sometimes I click too fast. Marian knows that for sure. And then I lose my place and anyway.
Well, I'd like to honor our guest today. Her name is Glenna Stephenson, and I know Glenna for many, many years because she connected with me. She literally was the person who called you to invite you to some of the events that they were having. I don't even remember the name of the event, but I'm sure she'll tell us.
Yeah.
But we developed a friendship and a partnership in business where we now help each other for years. And we have an accountability group call every week. We've had it for years and years. And we decided that it's really not an accountability call anymore. I forget the name that we came up with, but basically it means that we have developed our friendship and our business connection so well that we help each other no matter what's going on in our lives. Because let's face it, everybody has weird stuff that's going on. So Glenna, do you have anything that you would like to,
share with us?
Yeah,
share with us. Yeah. Well, yeah, and the term is committed listener. So it's somebody who, first of all, yes, you say we do have like what we're going to do, and we catch up on what we've done, what we haven't done, that type of thing. But the committed listener is more of someone that whatever's going on in your life, you can dump. You actually can do an emotional dump. It's by permission. That I can dump on her, she can dump on me, and then we can get complete and move on. And that's also called a clearing. So we're just clearing the space in our head so that we can actually move on with our lives and get down to business and really be able to be present with other people. So that's what we do. And actually, and I've been involved in training to do that for 20 years, 30 years, whatever. And I'm very good at it. My name is Glenna, which means clearing. So that's what my mother named me purposefully, that I would be the clearing in her life so that she would have an enjoyable life. Because she took over the family at 6 years old. She was the head of the family at 6 years old. She's like, no, I might have a daughter that's going to take care of that for me and clear my life so that.
Wow.
Yeah, that's amazing, actually.
It is.
It's like taking something that some people would have ruined their lives, and you're using it to enhance your life.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Glenna.
I think that's great. I didn't know that your name meant clearing. That's very interesting.
I wonder if my name
means relief
anything.
or clearing. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, so we're talking a little bit about freedom and opportunity, and I just discussed how I feel that I am grateful not only for those people who gave up their lives so we could have those freedoms, but I'm grateful that I have been able to, since a child, set up my own businesses. Even if I was working a regular job, I always had something on the side, and we're free to do that. Does anybody else have any stories or thoughts on that?
Yeah, I do. What you said, that it brought back memories of as a kid with my friend Avril. Her name was Avril McCotter. We set up a lemonade stand outside our apartment. I think we must have been maybe 5 or 6, and our moms helped us do this. And we started selling lemonade for like 5 cents or something. I don't know. And that went on, that kept going. And then when I moved from there, we moved to a house out on Long Island, and we did the same thing. It was lots of fun. And the neighborhood kind of joined in. And the parents were very supportive of that, which was really neat.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Lucy and Linus with, what is it?
Oh,
The not the doctor is in, but what does she call it? Lucy call it?
I don't
You know what I'm
that one.
talking about in Peanuts?
No. Mm-mm.
Oh,
I can't remember.
yeah, Lucy and I guess it was, I think it was Linus. Anyway, she set up a booth, like a lemonade
Yeah, I think
stand.
it was. Yeah, I think it was the doctor's in.
I
I think
think the
it
doctor
was.
is in, and
Yeah.
she would do nasty things to
Oh,
everybody.
no.
Yeah.
Oh,
She
And
was,
then
it
she'd
was
have
so
the
silly.
booth. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? It's very interesting. Have you read anything recently about some of the kids that are doing some businesses?
Mhm,
I mean, like 8-year-olds who are helping gather money to help people who don't have enough, to help their
mhm.
friends in school who don't have enough. And it's very inspiring because these kids are really making a difference in society. And of course, as an 11, 12, 13-year-old, that beginning usually turns into something that benefits the world as well as
Mhm,
themselves. And
mhm.
that's probably for me, the whole point of the entrepreneurship and, having a
Yeah,
business. How can I help somebody else?
Mm.
Um, whatever it is, as in the nutrition world, I think I've helped a bunch of people. I know I have in the last 26 years that I've been practicing.
Yes, you have.
And I know that Marian certainly is amazingly helpful with, she's my techie computer wizard. And now Glenna, I didn't know all about, you're clearing things. That's amazing.
yeah.
I mean, to help take advantage of that.
Okay.
Right now, I wish I had somebody to help me clear the house because we're moving and it's so I'm glad we have this background because you can't see what my office looks like.
Now, I
So,
know Glenna's been an entrepreneur for a long time. Do you have any good stories for us?
yeah, I actually began well, I think it was like 6 years old. My mother
Oh,
had this idea of buying these looms that you can make potholders with.
Oh, yeah, I had one of those.
So she did this, she had this all
yes.
planned out, I know. So, and she was an entrepreneur. So, and my dad encouraged that. So I grew up with it. And so anyway, we made my brother and I, oh, cute. My brother and I made potholders. She gave us that kit Christmas. So
Mm-hmm.
we made potholders until May or June, just kept making them different colors and stuff, and she kept buying them. She gave me a little book, an accounting book, so that I could write down how much it cost to buy the little things to make the potholders. And then we had this tiny briefcase. It was perfect for children. We put all the potholders in there, and we lived in the projects. So she would drop us off with the little sandwiches
Oh,
in the
really?
potholders. She'd drop us off at one end of the thing, and
Oh
then she'd tell
my.
us where to stop and eat our lunch because she would drive around and watch. So we'd go door to door at 6 years old, knocking on doors.
Oh my
Hi,
gosh.
would you like a potholder? 10 cents. I think it was 5 cents at first. And it was 5 cents. And then we did the math. My mother had me go through the accounting at the end of the day. What did we sell? What colors were they? Like it was all in the book. We wrote it all down.
Wow.
What house numbers, everything, who bought them, everything. So then and then she'd come pick us up after we ate our little lunch and when we were out of potholders at that point. So then we'd go home and we'd make some more. We'd go she'd take us to the store. We bought them with the money we earned. So, and then we ended up having to charge 10 cents because we didn't have a profit. So she taught us all that at 6 years old. So I loved math because it meant money.
Mhm. I love it. That's
Yeah.
amazing, Glenn. I wish more people would hear that. I hope more people hear that
Yeah.
and teach their children because I I taught my children math. Besides, I mean, my grandfather was a wizard, and he taught me how to do everything in my head. But I taught my
Yeah.
children, the importance of doing this and the importance of knowing that just because there's checks in your checkbook doesn't mean there's still money in the bank.
Right.
And but the whole concept of using checks and why, and budgeting and so
Yeah.
forth. But most people today, I don't think, teach that to their kids. It
No.
just seems to be there's a lack of common sense when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Well,
And
Yeah.
gosh, I applaud your mom. Yay,
I
mom.
know,
Yeah.
right?
And
Really.
you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, the next thing on our list is resilience and purpose. And so I did hear, I think it was Ricki already this morning talking about, you might need help trying to figure out what your purpose is. So veterans and fallen heroes did have to have immense resilience, and their courage and commitment to showing up to do what they needed to do. Now, there was some fear involved, as well as for business owners. There's fear if you didn't show up, you would know you were going to go AWOL and end up somewhere. So I'm sure that there is some fear also in building a business. Are you going to fail, or is people going to laugh at you, or anybody going to show up? There's all that does happen. But I think the commitment that we have to make as an entrepreneur really makes a big difference. So I'm going to give you an example. This morning, I asked Ricki, she's moving. You heard her say it. She's moving. It's Memorial Day. Do you really want to show up today and do our podcast?
Yeah.
And she said, yes, I do. I want to show up. I want to be consistent. I want to do this. And I thought, yes. And I thought the same thing. I thought, yes, I want to be here. This is a commitment that we made to do this podcast, and I love that. So my ask for you is that you recommit to something, your why, or your the things that you want to do in your business. Try to figure out what that is and recommit. This is a good day for that. What do y'all think?
Yep.
Absolutely. And I think, Marian, that writing it down is very important. Get a pad, whatever kind of, here. What do I have here? Let's see. I've got pads and papers, and here, this one even has my name on it. And write down your commitments. I don't know where to put
You
this.
can't do it.
You get the
No.
idea.
Yeah.
Because somehow the connection between physically writing something and putting it into effect is very, very important, because it re-anchors that thought and the words that you write into your brain and into your psyche. So writing it down, and it can always be changed. Remember that you're not writing in stone. What you're writing is the beginning of a commitment, perhaps, or the continuity of it. And as you write, you get, for me, I find that as I write, I get more ideas. So it's like writing an outline of something, or whatever form you want to write it in, and make sure you put it on a piece of paper. It connects.
How about you, Glenna? Do you have any ideas or thoughts on recommitting, or
Well, I think what it is to be open. First of all, be open to ideas as well, and if you're committed to a specific thing, then because right now we're just inundated with information.
Oh yeah.
And like I talk to a lot of people who have stuff on their computer, and they're like, I don't remember what tab it's on, and all this kind of stuff. And then you get down a rabbit hole trying to find something and everything. So part of it is learning to stay focused. Like, you do have a commitment, and like, is this in alignment with what I have that I want to accomplish today? And I'm not saying I'm good at it. I just know what works. And so, like yesterday, I was going through a course, and I kept, okay, now I have to go do this. Oh, but I have to do this first, and then I went down the rabbit hole, but I caught myself, and I pulled
Good.
myself back, because I had written, as you said, because that's the good thing. is written, this is what I want to accomplish today. And I have to have checklists. Otherwise
Yeah,
I do go off.
I do too.
So I have like this, and this, So it's about, is this part of my commitment? Is this something that's going to bring me forward in my day and in what I want to accomplish today?
I agree. And I do accomplish a lot every day. And here's how I
You
do
do.
it. I have a, yeah,
Yes,
I,
I do.
I have a calendar in front of me and it's a big
Yep.
one. But I have one of those rolling desks. It's just a small desk and it's rolling. And I know you guys can't see that. Sorry, I won't even bother with that. So anyway, it's a big one. It's a 2005 calendar and it has extra pages for notes and I put stickies all over and everything. That's one way. That's my commitments that I've made, the different things that I have going on. And then I have Notion.so, and I do plan on, if you're a member in Referral Business Builders, you'll see I'm creating a really easy way for you to look at what I have done and model yours because it's so wide and too big. If you just go in there, you get lost, just like Glenna said. So you can follow my pattern, which I have created in a way that keeps me on track. And then I also have a notebook in front of me where I can just write. Because when Ricki just said that, like I'm making notes here, but it doesn't have to make sense on this. This is like it's like a scrapbook notebook. It's a big one and it has lists and I could put, oh yeah, I remember I got to do this today. I got to call this person. So anyway, that's how I keep track. I know it sounds like a lot, but it really works for me.
Mm-hmm. No, I've got a paper calendar. I've always had a paper calendar, and it sits right next to my computer. And then the things that go on the phone, I try to kind of have either a duplication, so I have it with me with the phone, and I know that I can check it at home. And I just scribble notes, stickies, or just scribble notes on the day that things need to be done. Or if I've done something, I also check it off,
Yeah.
which helps. That feels good.
That's Notion. They have the ability to check it
Yep.
off or move it to done. There's
Okay.
like files, and so you can say, I need to do this today. Oh, good, I did it. You could check mark it and then move it to the done file. I love
Yeah.
There's also, Marian, I know you know this. There's also a program, an app that you can put on your phone or on your computer or both called Let's Goal.
Yes,
And it's a $10 a month charge, but it's well worth it because it has a variety of things,
that's right.
including calendars and reminders and a place where you can put affirmations, and even you
A
can
vision
build
board.
a vision board on it, right?
Why don't
So
you put
that's
your
available.
why don't you put your affiliate link in the thing here and I'll add it to the notes below.
Oh, okay.
You can do it later. It's okay. We can add it
Yeah.
later. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a really great app, by the way, and
I agree.
got some inspirational stuff in it as well, so
It does.
works. Yeah.
Okay, so the last thing we're going to talk about today, except our call to action, is the community and collaboration. So we do have a lady in Referral Business Builders who that's her job is to help us with collaboration and working together with others, using the wall of love for appreciation with the different members that you're connecting with, and to collaborate with others. She teaches this and it's wonderful. She's a yoga instructor. Her name is Suzanne Sherrard, and she does the first Saturday of every month. She's one of our leaders in Referral Business Builders. That's the 12 o'clock Central Time, 1 o'clock Eastern. And she is fantastic at that. I told her I'm so amazed every time I go to one of her events because she teaches how to connect with people and collaborate with them.
Yes. And
Expansion.
collaborations can turn your business around 180 to 360 degrees too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. You don't have to do it alone. And I love that statement because There have been times when I've tried, and it's a lot easier when you have somebody else there, as you said earlier, Glenna, lean on, you know, ask questions and just get some feedback and then put it to work.
Yeah.
And encouragement is one of those wonderful things. Everybody needs to be appreciated and everybody needs to be encouraged at times. We all need it. And it's so vital, especially if you're a solopreneur or even if you're just a human being walking on this earth. Appreciation and validation for what you've done. And I think that's where this whole Memorial Day comes in to kind of bring it together, that those who have gone before us, some have lived to appreciate it now, some have given the ultimate sacrifice, but we're all in this together. And to show appreciation for those who have sacrificed in one way or another to help make this country the wonderful place that it is. And for me, that's what Memorial Day is all about. I got God bumps right now. And so I've said it. Marian, do you want to do today's call to action, or Glenna?
Well, I'd like to hear Glenna's community and collaboration, if she has any thoughts or feelings on it, because I know she collaborates with a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I grew up with it, I mean, I lived in Galveston, a small community, and people, it didn't matter where I went, people knew who I was and who my parents were. And I had 5 mothers and 5 fathers. So they could punish me, they could do, it was like, if I got tired walking around Galveston, I could go to somebody's house, knock on the door, and go in. So I was built on a community. Plus, one of the men was a carpenter, a cabinet maker, and he used to take me on his jobs with him. When he did an estimate, he would take me on the estimate. And he said I was an infant in his arms. I don't remember that part, but he would talk to people, and I learned how to talk to people. And also he took me to work with him, which I don't remember because I was an infant or a very young child. And I would sort nails for him. I would, sweep the floors. I would do stuff for him. And so when I ended up going solo, doing my own carpentry work and painting business, this lady wanted me to build a cabinet. And I was like, I just built it. I didn't know how I knew how to build it. And I went to Marcel and I said, I knew how to build it. I knew how to stain it properly. And it looks exactly like the cabinets. And that's when he told me the story about me being in his arms and me working, actually being there in some of those homes while he built them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What a beautiful
and so,
way to grow up. Wow.
Yeah. So it was community. I mean, my father was a merchant marine, so I didn't have a lot of time with him, but it was filled in by other people. So I think that's where I understand that you really need people, and it's a lot more fun in life to have people around you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Ricki's always
And,
putting that in there. You got to
resources.
have some fun here.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got to have
Gotta
more
have
of
some
that.
fun.
That's
And
for sure.
you just made me think of Barbara Streisand's People.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
the most famous version of it. And speaking of people, if you're watching us, and I hope you are, I would invite you to comment, and below where you can write a comment, right? Remember, writing is important. Write your
Yes.
thoughts, good, bad, indifferent, but let us know that you're watching. And if you found a nugget today, just even one little nugget that really resonated with you, please let us know. And we invite you to come join us again next time, or watch it on YouTube. We are on YouTube. It's the Referral Business Builders, the Connector's Edge. And we are your edge to bring you into the main stream of connections. How's that work?
That sounds great. Thank you, everybody, for coming. We'll see you again next time. Thank you,
Okay.
Glenna.
Thank you,
You're
Glenna.
welcome. Thank you.
Marian,
Thanks for inviting me.
and enjoy Memorial Day. Have a great one.